Welcome back to Linux Renaissance. I have already talked about this topic, but I think I wasn't aggressive enough. Go sign the petition now. But if you haven't seen the previous video, maybe I can talk you into it by talking about just a little bit, just a couple of minutes. So, my daughter and I tend to play some video games together, and some of them are very, very dear to me. And these games are like 30 plus years old.
A guy.
Ooh, game over. And these games are a part of my childhood. And what makes them special is that what I just said, right? I have grown up with these games. They were made awesome with the soul. They were fun. They still are very fun. My child doesn't really require any special graphics. She still isn't old enough to get into the hype of graphics and pixel counting and high refresh rates and all kinds of nonsense that well, you choose for yourself, but when kids are growing up, they tend to prefer fun over technical nonsense. It is what it is. Some of these games are really old, and I really love to play them. She loves to play them. We love to play them. And they are most certainly playable. I just insert my floppy disk. In my case, it's a virtual one because all of my floppies are dead, but these games still work. If you have something like The Crew from Ubisoft, yeah, I know this is not The Crew from Ubisoft. This is a game that came out earlier, and it's a better game, and you can just insert it into your console, and it still works. You can even insert it into the Xbox Series X, the latest one, and it still works. This is good. This is good. It has a small online component that no longer functions, but in general, the game was designed all about being able to play it from start to finish as a single player with an optional multiplayer mode. So the servers are dead. Yes, they are. But this doesn't mean that you cannot play this game. You absolutely can insert the game, as I said, and play it all the way from the beginning to the end. Now, video games are like a form of art in my eyes. Video games, movies, books. Now, imagine if you purchased an older book and you have read it like a younger you, yeah, and you kind of got some knowledge from this book, and later on you put it onto your shelf and forgot about it, and like 20 years later you come back to it, and yeah, there was this book that kind of explained something about these old phones and how to make software for it, and I kind of found my old Symbian phone. I'm not even joking. I have it right over here, and I was kind of thinking, how could I make a two-factor authentication application for this old phone? And I kind of stumbled on this book, and I'm not sure how much is this going to help me because nowadays we have all this online documentation which may come and go. I don't know if it's still available for this operating system, but surely enough stuff like the large language models can help you a little bit and stuff like that. But in general, what would you think if this book was no longer on your shelf and you do remember that you have put it there like 20 years ago, but in between these 20 years, someone sneaked into your house, took the book away from you because this operating system is no longer supported, and they just took away your book. Literally, they didn't like rob your house for the jewelry or your gold or your precious stuff, they just took away this book because this book is about an unsupported operating system, and there is this small letters in the end of the book which says that once the operating system is no longer supported, some people are going to enter your house in the night, and they're going to take all of your books that are related to this now unsupported operating system. Of course, you may be having some issues with a scenario like this. So imagine the game that my child and I are now playing. Imagine it if this was an always online video game, and I insert it into my computer and it says cannot start the game, server is not reachable. But I really, really wanted to show the game to my child because I really, really loved that game as a kid. What do I do now? Nothing. I just can't play it anymore because it was an always online game. And I'm not saying that always online games are bad per se. There is this, how do I put it? There is this initiative that's called Stop Killing Video Games. These people are, I'm gonna put it blunt. These people are about keeping video games alive for as much as reasonable possible, and when the studio is no longer able to maintain their online only video games, then they are required to give us the ability to continue hosting this game on our own. For example, if this would be some kind of, let's go into the extreme, if this would be some kind of an MMO game, when the game would be set to the chopping block, to go to die by the decision of the developer. At that time, they would be required to give us the server executable so that we can run the servers on our own and just keep playing it either offline or as a couple of friends on one server that one of us is hosting in our house and stuff like that. So if we have paid for this game with legit money and we were told that we now own the game, and yes, I'm not talking about these small letters that say that you are only renting a lifetime license. This is all fairly clear, but in my opinion, now this is my own opinion, these things should not exist in this form. If you purchase a product that has been given to you for like something, I don't know, 60 euros, and for these 60 euros you were told that you're going to be able to drive some cars, and there is no letters saying here that you're going to be able to drive these cars for 1 month only, or maybe for 1 year only, or maybe for 3 years. It just says that you're purchasing a lifetime license. So I expect this to be functional during my lifetime. Am I asking too much? Of course not. If I have purchased this book and I was given a similar rights to own this book, and I am not allowed to copy this book or anything like that, but I am given like a lifetime opportunity to have this book at my disposal and to be able to read it as it was printed originally for as much as I can. Same goes with movies. If you purchase a movie on a Blu-ray, let's say that this is the movie, you insert it into your Blu-ray player and it plays. 20 years later, you want to show that cool old movie to your child, and what do? You take it out of your shelf. Maybe you, I don't know, maybe you will take it out of the box and now I killed it. Yeah, whatever. The game is dead now, but it is what it is. So you blow a little bit of dust from the movie and you insert it into your DVD player, your Blu-ray player, and what do you know? It works. What would happen if these movies would simply stop functioning after, let's say, 10 years, because the culture has changed, and these were a type of movies that were always online DRM. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about having a physically printed movie on a Blu-ray, which you have purchased for like 30 euros, but it's an always online DRM. This movie cannot play without an always online connection. And at some point, someone has decided that this kind of movie content is no longer socially acceptable because it's about um, I don't know, some stuff that has been going on 50 years ago that is no longer acceptable in today's day and age and culture, and they are just went ahead and disabling all of these movies, and you are no longer able to play this movie. Would you be slightly angry about that? I bet you would. So, what about video games? Why aren't we mad about video games that has been taken away from us? Why is Ubisoft making a primarily single player racing video game that has a start and finish of the story, but the game does not function without connecting to an always online server, which is no longer online. So if you insert this game, the game that you have paid like 60 euros for, and you were told that you own the lifetime license for it, guess what? It no longer works. Why? Because they have decided they don't want to keep the servers online anymore. So what should have they done before they have unplugged the cord from the server? This initiative is saying that they should done some of the following: give us the server code, give us the server executable to be able to run them on our own, rework the game just a little bit so that it no longer needs to connect to the server in order to play the single player component, like this one is being made from the get-go, and stuff like that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and check out what has been bothering the original author of this initiative. Listen up.
If you try to tell me that every studio needs to run their live service game indefinitely or not want to run one at all, then no one's going to run them.
Oh no! He wheeled out that line about publishers having to support the game forever. He was literally watching the video earlier where it says it won't do that in big letters. That wasn't enough. We just can't stop gamers from going there, even when we spell it out. I admit, guys, this part hurts.
Yeah. If you would like to watch this entire video, I'm going to link it down below. But one of the reasons why I am making this video again is because when the initiative started 11 months ago, I read on the website that it has up to 1 year to collect all of the signatures. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of laughed. I laughed at the huge amount of time that we had to get a million signatures within the European Union. I laughed because in the first month, the signatures kind of skyrocketed, and it seemed as if we are going to reach 1 million in roughly 6 weeks. That was my expectation at the time. However, this really popular person that I have showed you on the right side here, I'm not gonna name him at this point. Either you know him or you don't, but he is a game developer, and he has a huge following, and he literally told everyone, do not sign this. And what do you know has happened? The signatures went down the drain. And I'm not saying that this particular person was the one who influenced every single one of them, or you who haven't signed it just yet, but he did influence some other content creators who cannot think for themselves. So they either skipped covering this initiative, or they kind of copied his own words. And this is how things go. Some people don't have their own opinions and are maybe afraid of going against the wind, and the wind being a very popular content creator. So from this perspective, I think this is really, really sad. And in the past, like a month or maybe even less, I think it was maybe even 2 weeks ago that this video was created, that I have just shown you a little bit of it. That is the original author of the initiative. Yeah. So he made a video about how we have very, very little time to double our signature base. And some of the other content creators, and I'm gonna be very honest to myself, I'm a really small fish in this pond here. Who is going to listen to me? I have no clue. But genuinely and honestly, I love video games. I really want you to sign this, and I genuinely do believe, after reading the list of the demands, like endless number of times, this is not going to hurt anyone of the studios that are making video games, except maybe a little bit the big publishers who tend to kill the games intentionally because they want to sell you number 2 and number 3. And in the last couple of years, a lot of them don't even try hard enough. Now, this is going to hurt to some of you who are Call of Duty fans, but like honestly, what has been different in every single Call of Duty video games since Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare, the Cold War, the new Modern Warfare? What is genuinely different? I played a couple of these, and they seem to be recycling the same maps, the same gameplay mechanics, the same modes. What is changing? Why are you paying like 80 euros, 90 euros each and every year for the same game that you have already paid for like the last year and the year before? Okay, I'm not going to rant about Call of Duty, but the thing is, I think voting with your wallets is really important. And of course, I don't tend to purchase video games that I am unsure of whether I'm going to be able to keep playing them or not. In the other case, there are some free to play games in which you don't really are required to invest any money. These games don't fall under this initiative called Stop Killing Video Games, so don't be afraid that the Fortnite is going to fall under this law or something like that, or maybe Warframe. But it is a genuinely good cause, and if I haven't been talking for long enough, please go ahead and listen to the guy I have linked below and see his video. Please sign the petition. Please come back to my video and tell me that it's done. Tell me that you have signed it, and let me know where do we stand with the signature count at the moment when you have signed it. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you in the next video.